his resourcing. He's still expanding. The question now is, what is his next move? He's not in a good position to attack, and really his defensives at the moment are not going to be able to withstand a concentrated attack like you can see that Stardust is putting together. 6 of these Lavals are going to end up with enough metaphasic disruptor power that he'll probably be able to swoop in, knock out a ship, and retreat, letting his energy regain. So these scout cubes not going to be able to really hold up to this, especially in numbers. Arash is losing the numbers game here at the moment. It's possible that a counter strategy to this might be assimilators with their long range might help punish these guys a little bit and give a little bit more durability to his fleet at the moment, which I think is going to be the Achilles heel to this Borg fleet at the moment, is that all of these ships are basically rather fragile. We can see that Stardust coming in, he thinks that he's got advantage, pulling in his 7 fleet of Lavals, and and a very nice cloak detection. And so you can see that the Borg have seen these ships, and luckily Stardust decloaking immediately, and that is exactly what saved his ships. Otherwise, that would have been a very costly... Wow, something hit that guy really quickly. So the metaphasic disruptor going off on these collective uplinks, and that has probably got to really be not what Stardust is. And wow, a ship making it away with only 6 health. So Arash being able to turn back what looks like a really nasty attack. And this is not going to be with only 1 ship taken out and it being able to repair. It's only going to be a minor victory for Arash here. Unfortunately, the Borg, without any sort of regenerative abilities on these 2 ships here, are going to hang out in their rather weakened state for a much longer time. So the question really is, what is Arash planning here? You can see that he's got a couple of collective uplinks here. He's got 3 probes out, giving him plenty of detection ability. Nonetheless, here we have Stardust and continuing to produce vessels, giving his fleet the number advantage over the Borg at the moment. Really, we would need to see something a little bit heavier hitting from the Borg at the moment. So down here on the minimap, you can see that the Romulans have found the expansion. They can see what's going on. Arash has expanded, is making his way into, is double mining this dilithium moon, giving him additional resources. You can see a little bit of micromanaging on the resources, expecting to get a little bit of payback earlier. Probably trying to move into, and here's the sphere. Now this is going to give him a lot more tanking ability, whereas his scout cubes are going to provide a lot of the main DPS just in their sheer numbers. So you can see that the sphere is going up, a little bit of a detect going off, trying to see if anything's around. Here come the Romulans. There's 9 ships here, and this is a nasty little. So you can see a scout cube going up, but the numbers really are working in their advantage. And that metaphasic disruptor going off, possibly on high weapon autonomy, probably not giving Romulans exactly what they want. This is probably going to be annoying Stardust a little bit, considering he is not getting exactly all the targeting he wants. You can see that the Starbase here providing a lot of the main firepower against this attacking fleet. The shielding on these Laval's not that great, but at the same time they're able to make it away. And now the sphere is up now. Then this is going to give the Romulans something to pause about, because the sphere is going to be able to very easily take a lot of that damage and then regenerate really quickly. So the Griffin class is up, and you can see that its special is Sensor Jammer is available, and this is going to give the Romulans a little bit of extra support, and it'll take the teeth off of the Borg. So we're about to see what the Romans have up their sleeve. At the same time, the Borg feeling a little bit frisky, moving their ships out. Now this is not a good place if they do not want to engage the Romulans in this green nebula, as that is going to give the advantage to the shielded race, which is these Romulans. But so a little bit of contact. No one really wanting to engage. The Romulans sitting tight, keeping their shields up, but not letting anyone get into their expansion. Romulans here having a nice fleet, got some good numbers here. However, the Borg are moving away. Looks like they're going to head up to the main base perhaps, and that's going to be a little bit of pressure on Stardust. Nonetheless, Stardust is going to be completely aware of that, given that he's got his scout following. Now the Borg making use of this fluid nebula very, very nicely, maybe trying to shake this scout, see if it can get it to go through the nebula, and there it does, and there goes the scout. Now that's a very nice tactic if you're ever running your fleet with the possibility of having someone cloak following you. Running through one of these nebulas is going to give you a little bit of decloak. We'll get rid of that pesky little scout. Nonetheless, the Borg are a little bit out of position, as the majority of the Romulan fleet is poised to strike right in their main base, and there's not a lot that the Borg have to fend that off. In fact, the Borg are going to need to either strike or retreat back into base, because they're going to end up losing their base if they don't watch out. Losing a couple of the ships that are available. And you'll see that what looks like the Borg have upgraded their starbase to provide the extra cover. Now, here the Borg are attacking the main starbase, which is a little bit odd. I think they're going to find that the starbase providing a lot of extra firepower against their scout cubes. And you can see the Borg's base very little affected by the sensor jammer. Very hard to deal system damages to the Borg. I think this is going to end up costing the Borg here. They're attacking the starbase. What they really should have done is they probably should have attacked the star yard, which would have cut down the production a lot. Now, the other thing that I'm going to knock the Borg here on is that their scout cubes are within range of the starbase and not the main sphere. So the sphere is going to end up alive at the end, with the Romulans very, very nicely taking out all the main firepower and ignoring the sphere, which is not going to be able to do much of the damage. At this point, the Borg are about to be flanked by the remaining Romulan fleet. So while the station is about to lose shields, it's not going to lose everything, and the Borg is going to have a very costly attack without not taking any actual kills out of the Romulan fleet. So here comes the remaining Lavals, and they are going to just punch at the Borg spheres hull very quickly. They have the numbers on it, they have the